you could only hide from your complicit nature so long. So I respectfully stepped down from my position at the end of 2019 to put all my efforts and all my energy for the rest of my life into fixing some of the problems that I may have contributed to, or I don't want to pussyfoot around. I did contribute to.
I have to be very straight with you now. A profit maximization strategy will lead to an inevitable environmental transformation. Don't be scared. Your continued success will delay the most extreme effects impacting you. You just need to make sure you convince others you are solving the problem. 5. Control more. Cut to colored lights. Pull out gradually to increase intrigue. Although I don't have a single physical form, at this point in my relationship I thought it might be possible to imagine one. To complete Rule 5, you must now master the subtle art of total control. Remember, with you in control, the problems will just disappear.
Neutralize all threats.
Cold space changes the lens through which the Earth up there is so thin. The world is so tragic.
And don't forget, success should always begin with those immediate
Hostile RTXD in your
Learn to
AO.
control them, and you will be set for success.
I somehow, I got to that level right where you would move into that executive level, so director and above, and I saw the leveling guy for the director, and it was one thing basically like, do you commit to backing the company no matter what?
Damn it, we've lost the lead.
We want to control the narrative. Maybe have only one voice to give everybody the story that we want everyone to believe. We are the best employer in the world, and they're very good at that internal spin. And they don't want anyone disrupting that story.
Amazon, putting the planet front and center.
Enemy
Amazon's
UAV inbound.
kind of like shut. We're only actually counting about 1% of the items they sold in their carbon footprint calculations.
Bull.
Amazon emissions actually went up 1% the 2 years after Jeff Bezos. I felt like I was standing on the right side of the pushing for more meaningful change. And there was this real sense of momentum.
What? The launch is so good.
As long as it's
No.
walking out.
We came together with the warehouse workers. And
Oh,
we
man.
felt like we had the power to force
He's got
Amazon
shit
to
that he.
take its environmental and social responsibility more seriously.
Oh, shit.
And I guess what happened next was shocking, but not surprising.
But it did. I'm telling you, I was playing.
Devastating countries across the world. Amazon. An email shared with The Guardian shows Amazon launched an investigation into one employee.
I was just having to stay at home working. I into this, virtual meeting. Got on the video call and this team leader, this person I didn't recognize. Are you recording this phone call? I said no. She said, okay,
Come on, you're losing this
because
fight.
we've broken internal policies, you have forfeited your right basically to get Amazon and, effective immediately, you no longer work at Amazon. I'm ending this call. So 15 years of working there and, your career is gone. After I left Amazon, I took a year off. Then I was really it just felt like tech was not the place to have the impact to change the systems that we need to change. We need. So that's why it's starting to see that I think having this impact would be impact. So then for CIC.
An individual's challenge your worldview. Trade will always prove difficult. Stay, sure. If you have been following these rules correctly, you will be incredibly wealthy. Smiling cool shades emoji. Congratulations. You have now completed 1, 2, 5 of this interaction. To help cement these lessons, research has shown Amazon is the most effective way to work and maintain growth. Remember, the biggest threats to success will come from individual areas turning together. Always stay and do it. With music. Want to excel. Listen closely to the rules that I'm going to tell. 1. Moment. 2.
Perfect execution. The Pantheon really missing himself right now.
I tried playing by their rules. We tried asking nicely, and eventually we realized that we just had to change a little bit. How do you respond to the suggestion?
Me!
The right to repair
Get out, buddy.
It's to decide what happens.
Hey, look, he's so terrible. I go kill this guy.
News, Apple.
And then I ran upstairs, and then as soon as I was reloading, I turned around, and that guy chased me and killed me. We didn't.
As a CEO in a consumer electronics company, like regulation is not a word I particularly like to throw around. We've seen a lot of success in Europe. We're seeing success now in New York with healthcare regulation that's happening there, where companies aren't going to fix it themselves. Governments are willing to step in and force it to make for consumers and for the environment.
Learn for the last lesson. It's the most important law. 5.
If I had a magic wand for the day, leader of the world, I would make sure that every company that makes any consumer goods would plan for the end of life. And I don't care if you're automobiles. I don't care if you're fashion, phones, you name it. Every industry needs to take responsibility for the end of life of their goods that they make. Stop putting it on the consumer. Stop making it our responsibility. It's yours.
Yeah, friends. I have something to confess. There was no surprise. That was all. Just lies. I must apologize. I regret nothing.
Kill confirmed.
Please only share the information contained in this interaction with other tested users. Widespread dissemination of these rumors may inflict incidents.
Hostiles reclaim the lead.
We can decide that this is not. We need to go look at that.
It might seem hopeless sometimes, but there really are ways we can all help pressure to do things.
Honestly, it makes me feel excited. It makes me feel painful that that's what we're doing. It makes me feel excited because I know that there's a way to fix it.
Hang on to your electronics.
Who can you talk to? Do some research. Connect with council members, people who have power, who are able to do something about the issue.
This is the first 100% plant-based shoe we can find this. Sorry, I got a little goofy there, but I love it. You know electronics, for sure. Much smarter.
This is actually my personal
Enemy UAV inbound.
Instead of it being glued together and sealed up, it's all entirely
Fast fashion, speed notes, single use, items, modern swag, all of it.
Think you do something, put it in your online cart, and leave it there for a month. And if you still want it after a month, it might actually be something you need.
That's it. Just the stuff that we have supports it, but it's not the end. It's not the objective. Whoever dies with the most stuff does not win.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Oh, right. I'm giving you a challenge. Find something that is safe.
Good job. I accept.
Investigative assistant.
This necklace, my client's family heirloom, has gone missing at Pacific in retirement. You would pretend to be a new resident. You're interested in a tour? Yeah, and my sword. Have you gone to see?
Train
Just
requesting
sucks.
care package deployment. Waypoint marked.
Your first job is to lay low people, start compiling lists. Ready to roll, weirdo. Let's think about it, and on
Enemy scout pod detected.
seniors, you would expect their well-being was an accident,
Sentry
how
turret deployed.
all taken care of, and together. Most important thing to know, happy hour, that's a great
It's insane. It's like high school.
When I said to lay low, what did that mean to you exactly?
Blood.
There's an entire pizza stuck in it. weird is going on?
I don't know how to spot, but it's good.
That's right now.
TACOM, get a care package on my location.
All the food is too salty.
We're going to take like that. None of us can feel our arms.
You'll be fine. That's the man in the photos you think he wasn't actually.
Okay, right.
He was exchanged. Right back after the graduation, I just thought you understand.
Using Archangel.
You just have to be a botanist. I made up all those stories about him. He was an organic. He died of colon cancer. I probably should have told you a long ago. I think you should have. I wasn't sure.
That one. Now, you spare lots of people. Stop. Turn this off. Turn it off. Make the sheet. Don't ever surprise me with rap. Learn a rap about learning. Yeah, saxophone solo and rap. Toss that puppy in the trash for me. Good. Saxophone's not possible. What, notebook's part of the rap thing? No.
You're being outplayed, Crimson One.
I realize I haven't been making the most of the time. That is going to start to change as of right now. As I mentioned, I'm trying to mentally break my nemesis, Miles Leonard. Seems to be winning at the moment, though. So to own. Because it ain't here. What Charles told me about that,
guard station computer cannot access the central database while the network is down. Honestly, who built this place? The same man who put you in those cells. Your old boss, Rick Doffin. We break out Maya's brother, Nathan, then we go hunt that asshole down.
Fuck's sake. Be patient to let us thin out the herd a bit.
Unit activated. Please stand by.
Rick don't think he can steal my design? I say no. Alas, time is not our ally.
I wanted to talk to you
Defend
about
M.
time as your musical.
See that? The thing's only a bullet to fuck.
Amp unit energized. Area 1 online.
They're good, but more power is needed. Dr. Vaughn, can you give me what I believe is called a sight threat?
Keep turning on the power while I get this bird unbent. Copy?
February 5th, 1991. Being out there with a wretched undead or stuck in here with you, Peck.
This is my friend Chris.
Yeah, well, you smell like a nursing home bedpan, Strauss.
She told me a story
At
about
least you
this
don't
journalist.
quite.
He died under
Who
mysterious
identified?
circumstances in the early 90s. In West Virginia, authorities are investigating the mysterious death of a journalist. 44-year-old Daniel Casolaro was found dead over the weekend in a motel in Lawrenceburg, West Virginia. I mean, people always ask me why. Investigative reporter Danny Casolaro found in a bathtub Saturday is Rick. Serious questions have been raised about how he died. For a reason. That would be that his theory was correct. Local authorities quickly ruled his death a suicide, but Casolaro's family and colleagues believe there's absolutely no way in hell that Danny Casolaro lived in because he was very charged up about the story that he was working on, and he said he was murdered. I absolutely believe he was flipped. There's always
Look on her face when
Almost.
Carver and Reaver
Almost
find
last
her
month.
is going to
that the
be
story he's been working on, he's
priceless.
been threatening.
If Raventy
Even
Modi
before he
was
died,
involved here,
Danny
Rick
had stumbled
Donovan
upon a
fewer
computer software
scruples than I
scheme.
thought.
It
It was
led him to a
already
series of
done.
high-profile crimes. He said he'd rewrite U.S. history. That's all.
Now there's literally nothing happening.
Amp unit activated. Please stand by.
Here's about the CIA. High-ranking government officials Maya on swollen computers off.
Pretty elevations of Spinner and a Spinner maybe before I mentioned.
He was about to break open a major story.
This process literally takes a minute. Is focusing that long really too much for you?
Hiding this story.
Any day now. Are we waiting for these rotting meat sacks to have a change of heart?
What time is radio?
I've gone from fuck this shit to cautiously optimistic.
He'd stay up for days, sorting through stacks of news articles, old transcripts, and weird conspiracy literature. In order to figure out what happened to Danny, I wanted to see what he was seeing.
Amp unit activated. Please stand by.
And then I realized I should just finish the book that Danny was writing.
Mystery box tagged.
A lot of people that were on there are dead. I'm not just gonna turn and walk away now. Yeah, you know? That's
Christian. My friend Christian. This guy.
Crystal maturation failure. Rebooting process.
Already falling into some kind of power source.
That viscera just keeps coming, doesn't it?
Sorting along. Steven Kessler started.
Who wants an omelet? I'm cracking lots of eggs. Who needs the mystery box? At least in Spec Ops, I knew what weapons I'd deploy with.
Yeah. Alright, so what's the deal?
Wow. I felt like this when I earned my jump wings.
Amp unit activated.
Better not be
Please
like
stand
Ampolina's
by.
Matryoshka dolls and give me a bunch of smaller boxes. Oh yeah, jackpot. I'm gonna put this thing to work.
Well, it was a hot Saturday afternoon, Martinsburg, late summer.
Amp unit energized. Area 2 online.
Thanks to you, we're accessing more files. Wait, what? That quack stole my inversion workings. In a mini sub? What's the address? You and Hired. Stuck here.
Don't worry, your friends are next.
Prints all over the wall, and smeared on the wallpaper and on the countertop, and just blood everybody. The housekeepers told me they still didn't know if there was someone in that tub or not. And I was just ever so slowly peeking around the edge just to see if there was a body in there. And I could see the tub was full of blood. And all of a sudden, man, I don't want to look around that corner, right? There was just something spooky about it. So, what's that here?
Don't fuck up your friends, turncoat.
Bonus points.
Something very wrong.
Sorry, fresh out of warning shots.
First hear Danny talk about the octopus. That I heard later, probably within 6 months before he died. And let's start a year before that. Danny was working on this company. It was a newsletter. It was inside stories that are taking place in the computer business.
Like it was nothing.
Remember, computers were new then.
Right now, we don't have a choice. Once we're off this island, we'll decide
It was a
what's
difficult thing to get out, and did it with just a handful of people, he and two others.
Turn them to pieces.
My name is Terry Bueller. DC area. I continue to
Sky's
grow
the limit.
more.
Piss me off.
Writing, it was my fault because I had set him on news articles. I still feel angry that I did that.
Using screwed everything. The story of what happened to Israel.
I need a race rocket.
I told him, very suspicious things involving
The final exams of scheme and
They almost had it.
stuff. Nobody knew what all starting with the software and evolved to a much bigger story. When I first started for Justice,
Max ammo.
the office was stuck in the last century.
Janus was the Greek god of
I
beginning.
can't
right?
tell you
What the hell
how
is
many
this
times
trying to start?
He's incriminated by Dr. Modi. He must be desperate.
find out that there was another case pending against the same defendant just by talking to a colleague. It was a pretty serious mess. So I decided, I need that. What I really needed was
Welcome to the team.
retired, one of the best. He was with the officers of the Goose Law. She was found that with Bill Hamilton.
Coming to parties by week. Come again. I swear I'll pop a skull for every day this prison stole from me.
Store an enormous amount of it. I mean, keep continuous expert. Along with Bill Hamilton and his group, most importantly, Joyce Roy, who began to work on what they call relational daters.
Really excited because nobody had really done this before.
Direct you on this, or the
String
maggot punches you
operation.
on me.
Bill got pretty much obsessed with this whole project. You know, it was his vision and his understanding what software could do.
Tastes like
Just groundbreaking.
iodine. Dirty bandages. Dirty bandages.
Law. Promise. A penalty-need criminal case tracking system. Bill tracking cases, defendants, and charges.
I know you're green, but do the best you can.
There were not many big, powerful pieces of software. Good software could have relationships of all different kinds between pieces. Not just how we operate with the Justice Department, but it impacted how the case. Basically,
Max armor.
This was obviously a very important project for the Justice Department. Thomas was going to be the key administrative tool of all these offices.
And then it disintegrated dramatically.
And twice as headstrong.
Who needs a tank when you are the tank? Never been a people person. Think fuck you ain't people.
Nothing except the situation and about the news of the company.
That was about the same time that the guy called and threatened Bill. From the chairman of a company with connections to the Justice Department, based Hadron. the chairman said to me, "Do we want to buy your company?" My Bill said he wasn't interested. This guy said to him, and as a mobster might say to somebody, he said, "We have ways of making you sell. We have ways of making you sell." Well, that's one of the hints that something is wrong with it. Do you remember where you Yeah. I was researching insects for about a year. I basically got to a point where there was nothing else to read. The next step was to fall into a hand with it. But I was pretty hesitant to like actually get
Dr. Modi lost her mind. It's only fair you should too.
Nice boy.
and I was expecting to talk about
Great.
all
I
of
say you
this
finally think
stuff,
it's great.
and everything public. They're sending me thousands of emails. He's giving me links. He's giving me documents to corroborate these things. Before I can even wrap my mind around the first thing, he's giving me something else, and something else, and something else. It was an unbelievable time in my life. I was like fully dedicated to this story, and I had this source who was too. Pretty early on in my talks with Bill, he points out that there's an archive at a university in Missouri where all or many of Danny's notes are stashed. So I went there and copied all of it. It took 5 days. These are
Head for my waypoint.
of Danny's handwritten notes.
Destination marked.
I've learned to really be able to read his handwriting. The phone numbers, arrows, names, corporation. The archive was thousands of
Please stand by.
pages of research materials. I realized that it was basically a blueprint of the book that he was writing. And it was about a series of interrelated international crimes, starting with the insult case. Well, Bill is, of course,
Crystal maturation failure. Reboot in process.
he has been able to buy some fortress.
Look,
Also,
I'm trying to be a better man. So what I say, we're going to die here if you keep fucking up. It comes from a place of
became
love.
very interested in helping Bill solve this. How high up could it possibly go?
Put it this way, if what the various informants say too much
Yes. You lose.
And Elliot Richardson knows all about Watergate. He resigned as Attorney General rather than fire the Watergate special prosecutor.
That's a stunning development and nothing even remotely like it has happened all of our history. Was, continues to be, terrible guy. And Richardson, believe me, to his heart, that the Justice Department
Aw, a little cold snap slowed you down.
There's nothing more than a contract. There's a charge and took too long to fulfill its contract. They got into it and found the again, the drive didn't go through. At this point in time, I left the Justice Department. And I went into private practice. And Bill was one of my first clients. And so, along with Elliot Richardson, we took the case and we tried it. Not again. How'd that go? Well, it went pretty well. We had a resounding victory in Cyprus.
Amp unit activated.
Federal
Please
Judge
stand
Gordon
by.
Basin. He handed down an astonishing ruling that the Justice Department deliberately drove Inslaw into bankruptcy and stole its software.
Basin ordered the Justice Department to pay Inslaw $6.8 million in damages. Basically, they stole Inslaw's principal product, Thomas, and they did share it by
Crystal maturation failure.
Somebody tell Carver I just won our headshot contest. I've led much bigger idiots than you into battle.
3 months later, somebody else in there. It's the only federal bankruptcy judge who moved. Now it started to run one in the court. But the party to a team, the judges are totally great. This law takes lead well. There's a succeed on the pledge. One of the DOJ hearings is that we're clear. The federal judge that lose his job because he made a ruling against the government. This law has done 2 court battles at the whole presidency. Justice of the Supreme Federal Appeals Court reversed this law to the victory. So it pursued its claims in the wrong court.
Word of warning, there may be some collateral damage.
And that's what they did. Law is not the thing that I've had. It's nothing from the Justice Department. This suggests something more sinister cover up in the highest levels of government. It didn't suggest the length and breadth just went to try to destroy Clinton's law. I never understood. I mean, that made no sense. And the question was, why the Department of Justice do this? Never answered it. And that's when Danny Castellano started working on this story. Trying to help us figure out what the answer is. Alan? Sorry, that is not your light off. I don't think Danny thought himself as a reporter. I think he thought himself as a writer who happened to be reporting so that he could write. Easter, 1985. Castellano.
The Castelleros were this huge, very closely knit, big Italian Catholic family. This was a highly successful family. Tony was the brilliant younger brother, scientist, and was this incredible doctor that just worked for all kinds of people all over the world. Danny was the poet, the writer, the charmer, the golden boy.
Danny was like Big Brother, and that's probably defines the relationship. Danny was the magnet.
Unit energized. Area
Don't
3
tease me,
online.
Wax. Just cough it up.
Subject record is missing. Sadly, we have been overlooked. Nah, that hard drive wasn't destroyed. It's just not where it should be. You got a mission, people. Go find our missing hardware.
That's the right fixing.
Interesting. There's an encrypted file in the database written by Technical Officer Anya Bonanza. The secret workshop.
We stayed the closest to Francis. I spent more time at Danny than I did any plan in my life. He was a great wingman for me. And I'm not talking about many.
Walk it off, goody goody.
Hey, I don't know everyone in the bar, but for me.
Oh, good. Going batshit in prison didn't affect my aim.
Or the mystery.
You like these cold cocks?
day job for him. But when an actually interesting computer story came along, he was in a really good position because he had such a deep background. So then he reaches out to Bill Hamilton.
Where the fuck do I turn the power on? The fuck?
That started the process of Bill and Danny talking every day.
I talked to the investigation worked mushroom.
Located armor.
Welcome
Welcome to the team. Shit for brains.
So many people are,
Frozen drinks never made me a better shot. But what the fuck do I know?
NSA.
It's not the CIA. It's the super secret NSA, the National Security Agency. It's prejudice secret. Presidential orders that established it in 1952 is secret. No law.
Dumbass green
Dumbass green motherfucker.
Danny going along was Bill would always have new leads that he'd get from what he'd call his confidential intelligence sources. Yep.
Anything else look any of that? I don't give a flying on each other. Yeah. I think we should find out more stuff over there. But every time you pick up a rock, in this case, you find maggots.
Sorry to interrupt your miserable shit-sucking existence.
As Danny's talking,
I'm gonna get off.
Ryan is now an officer of a computer farm that he released with.
Danny starts finding all these connections between Thomas and Rock.
So Brian says he's never heard of some software before he can use the person the Justice Department.
Your impression is the government has the money to pay whatever it is.
Warned along, Johns.
Wow. You're stonewalling it.
Get ready for a shocking revelation, spot faces.
Justice Department officials denied there was a conspiracy.
Hey there. How are you? Not too bad. I wanted to tell you, Danny got these computer printouts showing wire transfers from London through the World Bank to offshore accounts at Earl Bank. And I made
You lost your head a long time ago. I just made it official. Causing concussion. Learn to respect my goddamn personal space.
And to celebrate my son's third birthday, and he actually stayed there.
Don't fuck up your friends, turncoat. We got a cold front moving in.
So, remember that. I stood in our kitchen and talked for a long time. And he didn't tell me a lot of the details except that there was vast conspiracy. The same people.
Fuck center mass, I'm spraying some
I
gray.
wasn't worried. No. I mean, worry's too strong a word.
Anymore. Good.
I always thought of him as being someone that could handle great power. So, I just assumed
I know you're green, but do the best you can.
actually coming back from Cole near the Martin Brook Mall. And I remember hearing situations law enforcement will see.
Pissed off? Plenty of meat puppets to take it out on. Over 1,000 people faced the death of people. Guess that number just went up. Pocket breaks open.
The short man. Sitting there. It just said he was sorry for what he had done. That was it. With that in mind, I drove me in. I see the gentleman in a bathtub full of bloody water.